Here we go. Beautiful to see you all. Happy new moon. Happy solar eclipse. Happy lots of different things today. Why don't we just call it a portal? I feel this is a big portal, and I can literally, I don't know if you looked out into the sky. The energy is interesting today, right? It's a lot of sort of I don't know. Here in Yersalo this morning, it was very foggy. The air felt very dense. I don't know how it feels for you where you are right now. I'd be curious to hear what your sensations are. And if I've been watching a lot of recordings and YouTube videos and all things from lots of different people, from astrologists to psychics to scientists of other areas. And the general message that I got for today is that this is not a day to kick out or launch any new rockets of manifestation. No. Today is a day where we want to trust that everything that we have been intending for these last new moons, full moons, those rockets are launched. This is not about disturbing any more energy. And it makes sense because if you see how many different energies are going on this planet right now and how much disruption is going on, how much uncovering of truths is going on, it's pretty volatile. And if we're just pretty, I don't know, rational or use our common sense, would you put something that's really, really important to you, dear to your heart, right in the middle of chaos? I don't think so. You would just hold the space, wouldn't you, for the best to unfold. So that's kind of the direction that I would like to go to and with you today. And I've prepared a special meditation in my mind. I would see what it sounds like when it comes through, where I would love to guide us all on a journey where we are completely aware of the energies that are going on and then float, drift, march through the portal that is open in a very conscious way. Really trusting ourselves, trusting that really all the hard work we have done for the weeks, months, years, decades, even, that is all done. I compare it to how I feel about my children. So I don't know, some of you might not know me well. I have three children that I birthed myself, two boys, one girl, and my boys are 26 and 25, and Grace is 14. And I know that especially when my children, during puberty, that's kind of when they start, going into that grown-up brain, and you sort of see them more as adults, young adults, rather than children anymore. That in those times when they were going through their own challenges, whether it was at school, with friends, with their, all their peers and other people, that I had to trust that even if they were maybe making choices and decisions that I was a little nervous about, that what was inside of them, that call it programming, that I had also given them, done the best to give in as a mom in the first 7 years, would be a strong enough foundation for them to now be able to make their experiences and have their own, experiences away from the mummy fold, right? Underneath the wing, it always feels super safe. But once they're out there, you have to trust that whatever they're going through, they can handle. And I had then started adopting more the attitude of being the one on the sidelines, holding the space for them to have all the experiences they need to stay safe and to have wonderful experiences, that I trust all the resources they have in themselves. I trust those amazing human beings that they are, that they can make their choices and go through their experiences without me needing to fix anything, without me needing to manipulate anything, but to let them fly free. And I remember having a lot of conversations with my mom about that, who's been in education with children and as a teacher for over 50 years, even 60, I should think it is pretty soon. And she said, you know what, Joy? I realized very early on that as parents or as moms, we can often just stand back and watch you make your choices, watch you walk your paths, and even watch you crash and maybe fall into 10,000 pieces, and then be there for you when you gather yourself up again to fix those bits. And I thought that was really smart and wise. And it takes a lot of courage, doesn't it, also to do that? To say, I trust what I've given my kids, and I trust that whatever happens now, that they can handle it, and I'm always there to catch them. I'm always there to be that person who believes in them. And I don't know if you follow me on social media or not, but I kicked up quite some storm. Or actually, I didn't, but my daughter, her 14-year-old self, kicked up quite some storm when she made the incredibly brave decision, as I see it, to say no to someone who was using her picture without her consent. She had been very, very clear that she did not want her picture posted by this person. And that person ignored that, dismissed it, and actually even deleted her comment, left it up, and then got all the other people involved who know nothing about her, nothing about the situation. And it was wild. It was really wild. It was very painful. It got to the point that my daughter said, you know what, I want to change my name. I feel so unsafe. She started Saturday morning with a little book called I Have Anxiety and I'm Dealing with It. And that was one of those moments where I felt so helpless, so powerless to protect her from this whole online shizzle that goes on, all the projections that happen, the assumptions that are made, the conclusions that are jumped to, where people were telling her she should change her name, she should leave the country. Who is she to say something like this? And it was incredible. And going through that and now being in Italy to regain my center again and find the blessing in all this that is happening, I see it as something that is maybe a very natural side effect of this raising of consciousness, of this raising of the frequencies that is going on, because all old structures are crashing. And whether we like it or not, we have to be brave and faithful enough and trusting enough to look all this distraction in the eye, to look into the center and trust that this is a blessing. And I found it very interesting to hear, because I don't watch the news, right? I don't even have a TV, that Mount Etna is making these beautiful smoke spirals. Have you seen that? For the last days, Mount Etna is puffing out these circles of smoke, right? And that really reminds me of many of the predictions and channelings and visions I had myself, even of that this time of the shift. And there are a lot of predictions that say that one of the signs that we will see, we're right in the middle of it, is that two volcanoes start becoming active again. And if Montpellier starts becoming active, if you are on the west coast of the US, I would leave, because the predictions then are that when that happens, that I don't know, did the English word for it, that crack that now still connects the United States, so California to the United States, is going to split off. I don't know if it's true or not. I just know that every single one of us, we chose to go through these times. We chose to be somewhat of a lighthouse in this time. And I know that the light always wins, love always wins. And in this journey, this meditation that I'd like to guide you through, I was told that we need to go through a long, dark tunnel. And in that long, dark tunnel, we need to learn to relax and stay centered and keep taking one breath at a time, trusting that all is unfolding just the way it needs to unfold. Because let's just be honest, no matter how much insight you have into the global happenings, into all the shizzle that is going on, one thing is clear: humanity is not learning fast enough. The power structures that are in place are not changing. On the outside, the same people, whoever you want to call them, that are in power and controlling and pulling these threads and, I don't know, starting all these wars and making a lot of money out of these wars, they're still in control. So for that to change, it's going to need something pretty dramatic. And that thing being dramatic, let's see it like a wonderful theatre play where we trust that there's a Hollywood ending at the end. And I trust that. I trust that that Hollywood ending is a new world. I trust that Dolores Cannon, all the predictions she made, all the knowledge she gained from all the work that she was doing, that she's right, that this is the birth of a new era. And we all know, as women, the ones of us that had children ourselves, the birth process is an intense one. I remember with all my three children who I birthed, my midwife with the first birth saying, there'll be a moment where you want to give up. And that's when you've got to push through. And I remember with Jacob when he was being born, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. Give me something, but I don't want this anymore. And then she looked at me and she said, remember what I told you? And I was like, oh God, yes, I do remember. And that feels sort of similar to the energy that we're in right now, doesn't it? There's no way out. We've got to go through this. So let's go through this, trusting that A, we're not alone. Look at us all here who make time on a Monday evening to connect with all these other interesting women to talk about these interesting things. We're not alone. So, in any moment that you forget that and you think you're alone and there's nobody out there who's got your back, that there's nobody out there who believes in you, who trusts you, who loves you, remember this moment right now. Take a look at one sister goddess here. Look her in the eyes and just imagine feeling that connection from heart to heart. And I'm looking in all your beautiful eyes and I feel you, sisters. And now notice, where do you feel that in your body? Is there a part of your body that is maybe lightening up right now, that is feeling a little warmer? Maybe there's a little tingle going on. You notice that? I feel this little sort of energy moving up from my heart to my throat. I see someone else is feeling it right around her arms. Just notice. And now take a hand and put the thumb inside the hand and now give it a squeeze and say, I remember this. I am always surrounded by loving, amazing beings who want my highest good. I remember this now. And I promise myself to remember this in times of darkness. Yeah? Okay, you've anchored that. Okay, now put a hand on your heart and start stroking your heart in circular motions, one direction or the other. And then you can say to yourself, I trust my heart. I trust this love that once created me, that is always inside of me and always around me. This love is the strongest energy. It's the medicine of this planet. And I am ready to be that channel of love, to give and to receive love with an open heart. I'm ready and I'm willing and I am able. And then go, Those sounds also open up the heart chakra. One more deep breath. And now just check in. What's happened to your joy level? Mine's gone up one notch. I immediately can feel that little spark of energy and something's changed. And that's the cool thing. You see, if you can create change once, you can create it again and again and again. You sometimes just need different approaches to create that change. So I'm going to get Nicole and Lily into the spotlight now with me. And let's have a little conversation about what are your insights for these interesting times? Where are you right now? Because then I would like to scan our circle on the Healy so that we can find out what's the energy level. Why can't I make myself on the spotlight? 1 second. Got this, got this. Here we are. Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I took some time before the circle officially started, and I was writing down what am I feeling today. And the day started actually very energetic, and also we had from the outside blue skies, and I was imagining it's all dark, after all these what we all read and so on. And then it became very windy outside, and I felt my whole body like so tired and exhausted. I feel still very exhausted, like something is hanging on my eyes and trying to close them, right? And it feels like, and also some sadness is coming up.
Yeah, I
Yes,
feel grief today too. It's
I feel
interesting.
grief.
How
Yes.
about you, Lily?
fascinating. I'm just so amazed. Firstly, thank you, Joy. I was really worried about you. I only read,
Oh.
everybody gets a little bit of information, and you were talking about all the blurb, and I didn't catch it. I caught a tiny fraction of that, and I, I'm so happy to hear you share with us in such a positive, constructive way, and to give us opportunities to process things and life and to put things into perspective. And I'm my feeling, okay, I was an 8 in terms of joy, and now I'm feeling 9 because of gratitude, because I
Mm.
recognize we really have the power coming together. Okay, people were talking about today because of the eclipse, which is in America at 8 o'clock at night our time. So we don't even see anything of it. But it's all of the, I was watching the presentation by Dieter Brewers about all of the, how the eclipse is now working to um, intensify, like magnify the neutrinos, which are having all of these effects. Anita Morjani's in Vienna, and she's going to be talking about her um, out of body experience. And there are so many things going on that just sync with what I've been living for so many years. And I feel like, oh, everybody's coming to understand this secret that I have known for many, many years. And here we are together, sharing together. And it's not a matter of one person knowing something or being better than somebody else, or this path being right and this path being wrong. And what you mentioned, old structures breaking away. And I think it's so important that we do open ourselves up and recognize there is so much potential for growth, for unity, for coming together. And fascinating, another thing that I think it was from Dieter Brewers also, really emphasizing the power of love as the scientific evidence, the energy, what quantum physics has really shown us today, how it's the energy of love. And we need to get down, that's the basic, that's the bottom line. We need to just come together and love one another. And I'm so happy to greet a couple of my colleagues from Women's Federation here. I see we're getting more and more, and I'm really happy that we're getting more active, because what I feel in some of my circles is we are not visible enough. And I'm so happy for what you're doing, and that we can help each other, support each other across different platforms.
It's amazing that you said that because I drew a card just before we started, and it's a wisdom oracle by Colette Byron. And the card that came today is a leg up. And it says, you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. And now is such a time. That's beautiful that you said that. Thank you. I've scanned our Golden Goddess Circle. Let's see if I can share the screen so you can watch with me. Ooh, wait a second. I can totally do this iPhone via cable. Here we go. Let's see if this works. We don't want that. We want the phone. Here we go. Trust. Yes, yes. No, we don't want it up still. Okay. Other device. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to read it to you, whatever. I don't want to mingle with technology today. Okay, so we have an overall energy level of 64%, which is sort of good, could be higher. All the chakras are actually pretty high. The only one that's really got a low down in it is the heart, which is interesting. So I'm now going to scan, or the Healy's going to scan the heart, which now it's of course disconnected itself. And then we're going to see what topics come up in the energetic vortex of our Golden Goddess Circle. So remember, as a Goddess Circle, we are an energy field because we all came together with a very clear intention and we're connected, whether we're online now or not because we're part of this circle. And that's how the Healy can pick up that energy field and give us some insights. Okay, so with a 96% relevance in the heart chakra, it says this person, so this circle, experience acceptance when she nourishes and controls other people. In this person, so the circle, there's always this feeling of having to decide between two options that are as good as each other. And that we can't yet see that both these options could be next to each other. It's not one or it could be an and. Interesting thing to notice. How often do you maybe feel, if this resonates with you, do you feel you have to make a choice between A and B? And it actually could be an and. Okay, next one is the first energy center. So that's our root chakra. I'm translating this because it's in German, I'm sorry. The relationship with money and the way that we deal with money is still coming from a sense of lack. So we've got work to do there, right? So we still see money as something that we feel a lack of. Again, in the first chakra, we have that our circle experienced emotional blackmail through the mother's love. So there might have been some emotional, sort of pressure going on growing up. I mean, this is all unconscious often, right? But we want to look at that. And then we have in our crown chakra, interesting. This is crazy. It says this person or this circle experienced that the father tried to fill a role, an ideal of something that he couldn't fulfill. So those are all our daddy topics coming up there. The next one is the circle experience fear of authorities like police, judges, or teachers, or, bosses. So we need to work on our authority topics there, maybe. Then again, in the crown chakra, the emotional blackmail through authorities. We used to have that in the circle during COVID times, remember? That just after we started, there was a lot of that topic coming up at the beginning. Okay, next one is, interesting. Food is seen as security. Now, this is something that I have often found, especially working with people on weight loss, because the way I approach weight loss or becoming a naturally slim, healthy person is that we check out what programs are running in the mind. And very, very often with my clients, I find this thing that food is connected to a lot of fear, the fear of not having enough food, although that doesn't make sense in this life. And then when we check out in hypnosis, where is it coming from? It's very often a past life. It's very often a past life where we still have memories of having starved or something like that that can then still influence this life. Okay, so that we could look at. This is a nice one. So us as a circle are starting to criticize ourselves and other people less. We're learning to accept ourselves the way we are. Woo-hoo for that. Come on, that's good news, I see. Definitely good news. Okay, those were the main topics. I'm now gonna go ahead and send us the vibrations for 6 minutes now that will balance our energy field as a circle. So you're all getting this. And the affirmations that now come up, I recognize that things can exist next to each other and that I can have the same thing at the same time. Next affirmation, my relationship with money is filled with abundance. Money is always there when I need it. You could write these down if one goes with you, okay? Money's always there when I need it. I like that. I'm going to remember that. Money is always there when I need it. I feel unconditional mother love that carries me inside. I feel unconditional mother love that carries me inside. It nurtures me inside. There we go. I am in harmony with my father, and I realize and recognize what he did for me, even if it was only just give me life, right? That's a big thing. Next one, I have trust to authorities and I work together with them harmoniously. Let's do that. Why don't we work together with them harmoniously? That's a nice option. Next one is, I am emotionally supported by authorities. Now, can you imagine how much would change in our lives if we accepted that? I am emotionally supported by authorities. I feel safe and I know that I always have enough to eat. I feel safe and I know that I always have enough to eat. I accept myself the way I am and I accept others the way they are. I learn to love myself and others unconditionally. A nice one too. I am accepted and loved just the way I am, unconditionally. I have trustworthy relationships. So I think this whole issue of trust is also a big one that we could sort of look into and, let go of all this old shizzle. Okay, and then we're back to the first one. So I'm going to let that go on, and then I'm going to ask Lily, Nicole, as you're always my surrogates as well, or us three are surrogates for the entire circle. So what comes up for you?
So much. When you're talking about your mother before, I remember what I really felt. My mother was very possessive, dominant,
Mhm.
and I made a big point of letting go. So I was very happy to hear how you talked about your attitude and also with your own mother
Mm.
about letting the children make their mistakes and fall down, and because that's very much what I did. And sometimes there were times lately where I thought, oh, maybe I wasn't close enough to them because I missed them. Why didn't they come home, and why don't they call, and why don't they talk? And my husband tells me, well, you have to invite them and you have to go and chase them. Well, no, I don't feel like that's what I want to do. That I've done my bit. I've given them everything, and I left home and deserted my mother because I felt she was too clingy. And I often feel like, well, okay, my kids are just paying me back because of what I did. Sometimes I even say that.
They do? That's
Oh
interesting.
yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, Nicole, what have you got for me?
The first one about the acceptance, experience acceptance, and this really rather, oh, I cannot decide, shall I do this or shall I do that? Yeah, it's like this and that really helped me
Yes.
because I believe we are in this time where there are so many things coming towards you, and sometimes I feel really overwhelmed. And I often then put myself under pressure. And I wrote today before we started actually that it's really staying in the moment and not putting too much thought into everything, and then doing one step at a time, and then all these things, all the topics will unfold naturally, and I might not even have to make a decision. It's it's
That's
then
that's true.
really, because if I'm in that present moment, then I can really handle also this. If I think all the time, it's
Yes. Yes.
overwhelming.
I've noticed that because I'm preparing for the reset retreat at the end of April, I'm making sort of logs of all the different reset methods that I use because I want to teach them all. Because I want people going home with a toolbox of lots of practical things that they can do anytime they feel kind of off. And I've noticed that the biggest one is breath, and the second one is movement. So putting our bodies into a different position alone helps. That's why I also chose to leave my beautiful Lichtwerk and just move myself to Italy, right? Different environment, different air, different people. And sometimes that change can really help us find ourselves again, as long as we're not, just constantly chasing around. So yeah, I get that. This it's an and. It was the same for me in this whole process of this online shizzle is I have my team of trusted advisors as well, and also legal advisors by now. And some of them would say don't do anything, others were do everything, right? Go down every single one of them. It was like, what now? And then I realized it's an and I really took it bit by bit. There were some people who wrote a comment where it was clear to me they had no idea what's going on, and they were making assumptions and jumping to conclusions. And I then made the following decision. I said, okay, do I care enough about my relationship to this person who's writing this? Because if I do care about my relationship with that person, I will honor them with, for instance, a personal conversation. I'll say, you know what, let's get on a phone and can we talk about this, please? But if I don't care about this person, because most of them I don't even know, I've never met these people, right? Then it's not worth that. Out and block. And I cleared a lot of my circle just these last days, and that was good. So I don't know if you've been part of the German circle, but Andrea, our Feng Shui expert, has been doing a whole detox with us these last weeks, preparing us for this portal. And one of the things was detox your phone. Detox your phone of contacts and apps and things that are no longer really part of who you want to be. And it might seem a silly thing because what's the point of, I mean, what's a big thing of having apps or people on your phone as contacts that you no longer want to be connected to? But it is a thing because it's an energy, right? So ask yourself right now, what are you willing to surrender? What are you willing to let go of to make this change that is happening today happen in a more graceful way? Because every time we manifest something new, we have to be able, or create change, we have to be willing to give up something. Even if it's giving up on some limiting belief, like I never have enough, or money's always short for me, or I can't trust authorities. That was stuck out for me, by the way. That's what I'm noticing. Yeah. Because, I was so shocked that on Facebook or on other things, I can't even, write to Facebook or the person that is like Grace. She has no way of contacting Facebook and saying, hey, please, that's my picture, take it off. I don't want that. And this isn't just about, because some people think it's just about one thing, but take this further. What if anybody can take a picture of you and use it as an ad for whatever, or can use it for a statement of whatever, and you have nothing you can do about it? That's not okay. So I noticed that my trust in the legal system, my trust in the authorities will have your back and protect a minor is not really there. So that's what I'm going to surrender. I'm going to surrender this idea that I can't trust that the legal system and authorities will be there for me. And I'm choosing to have a harmonious, trusting relationship with authorities. That's what I'm choosing. And from now on, if I ever say something different, you may send me a little sort of smacky and say, remember, you have a trusting, harmonious relationship with authorities. So ask yourself maybe right now, what are you willing to surrender? And what are you going to adopt now? Because you're changing identity. Okay, portals are big things. This is not just, I don't know, we'll just close our eyes and tomorrow we'll wake up with, I don't know. No, this is a big thing. This is us closing doors of the past, saying, this is no longer who I am. This is who I am. And then we can also behave accordingly, but we've got to make that mental thing first. Okay, so note that down for yourself if you'd like to share it in the chat. We're always happy. What are you surrendering, Nicole and Lily? What story are you giving up? Caroline says she's safe. So she's giving up the story that she's unsafe. That's a really big one. It's a really big one. Cool.
That I need to take care of everything.
Oh, nice one. So is maybe everything taken care of for you? Wouldn't that feel so relaxing to know I'm taken care of and everything is taken care of for me by the big one and all and that love and, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the
It's so
trust
much
is
better, doesn't it?
growing and growing. Yes.
Nice. So Lisa is giving up her idea of lack of money and she's saying money is always there when I need it. Yes, abundantly so. Abundantly so. Right. So write down your new belief, your new, this is who I am. This is my new reality. And I'll just give you the story. When in June at Lynn McTaggart's retreat, I gave up the story that I am never supported, that when I need someone, that just they're never there, right? I told you that whole childhood drama it came from because my dad wasn't there when I was born. And that way I projected it on basically all men in my life and had the experience. And they proved it to me that when there were moments of crisis, when I needed them, they were never ever there, never. So then I shifted to my new belief, and I'm noticing this now. I am surrounded and supported by loving, supportive, amazing beings. And it's happening. I can now also see, you know, the single friends that I have, often random people reaching out to me and saying, hey, Joy, I just want to tell you, I really love what you're doing and I'm there for you. That just, it means so much to me. So Diana is saying, I'm going to delete most of the addresses in my email book. Yes. I mean, just think, I mean, there's studies on this. How many hours we spend in a year deleting spam mails?
Mm.
Get rid of all that stuff. Do it tonight, ladies. Get rid of it. This is just making space. Don't send out new rockets. Your heart knows what it wants. You've told the universe millions of times. Now it's just about keeping your energy field stable and trusting and grounded in this is happening. Okay. Anything to add? No, we good? Okay, then I would suggest it's already 39. I'd like to guide you into this meditation. Are you ready for that? Okay, we're going to start with a little breath work. I'm going to take the spotlight off us because we want to get our bodies and energies into the perfect state. So you can be doing this sitting upright or lying upright, but you want to have a straight spine and neck. And notice the parts of your body that are connected to the earth beneath you. Take a couple of nice, full, deep breaths, allowing all emotions, all stress, all tightness, or that no longer serves you to simply flow out of your body, creating space for that wonderful, soothing energy of Mother Earth. And as you notice those parts of your body, imagine that with your breath, you could now send roots deep down into the ground, energetic roots that connect your body to the earth beneath you. 3 breaths together. And as you notice that energy from the earth coming up through that core, notice how the energy is moving into your first energy center now. With your next 3 breaths, allow this golden red energy, this loving energy of Mother Earth, to start flowing into your body, allowing any inflammation, any stress, any tightness, anything that no longer serves you to simply flow out of your body. Consciously, you make those slow, gentle breaths really count. Affirming to yourself, I am safe. I am welcome here on this planet. I am needed here. I came for a reason. I am here for a reason. So I feel safe. And then with your next breath, imagine this warm orange light traveling up your roots, coming right from the heart of Mother Earth, flowing into your second energy center, connecting your sexual organs, your hips, your lower belly, that pleasure center, with all that love that our mother has for us, our spiritual mother, our home. And just imagine now that you could feel that tingle of excitement, that pleasure inside of you, knowing that you are right now creating your very best life just by being present, by being in the here and now and feeling grateful to have this beautiful body, to take this next breath, to live this life now. And then feel all that creative energy within you starting to wake up your cells, reminding you of that creatrix that you are, that magical manifester. And then with your next breath, imagine that orange light flowing up to your solar plexus, your third energy center, turning into this bright yellow sunlight, activating your solar plexus energy, all that power of the creator that you have within you. And now let's take 5 breaths of fire to activate this center. Breathe in and out through your nose, activating that fire within you. Come on, deep breaths. That's right, and now relax even deeper. Noticing how that yellow sunlight is starting to flow into your chest, your heart, allowing any darkness to melt away. Any stickiness is dissolved in this light as you own that power of the creator of love, that power that comes from love and not from dominance, not from manipulation or control. And then feel how good it feels to relax even deeper now, to trust that power within you, to navigate any challenging conversations, any challenging experiences and obstacles with grace, with wisdom, and with love. And then take your next full breath right into the center of your heart. Just imagine you could see this green light illuminating your heart, your power center, that power center of love. Imagine feeling those electromagnetic pulsations of your heart, that tingle of electricity that is measurable. And then imagine extending that field of your heart out beyond your body, so that everything around you is bathed in that love that you are. With your next breath, imagine that green light moving up into your throat chakra, turning into a beautiful blue sky. Maybe you could even imagine drifting in that sky. An expansive, clear blue sky, the sky of freedom, the freedom to be all of who you are, to express yourself lovingly, compassionately, and wisely at all times, to speak your truth boldly. That's right. And then your next breath takes your attention up to your third eye. And simultaneously, you imagine floating and drifting up and up in this blue sky until you notice the light has changed. And you can sense this ultraviolet light flowing right into the center of your head, activating your pineal gland, that divine sender and receiver of energy, as you connect to the wisdom of the universe, that ancient wisdom. Downloading, downloading, downloading any resources, any information you need to make your life even more loving, even more joyful, even more abundant, even more successful. That's right. And now relax even deeper and deeper as you allow the energy to flow into the top of your head. Just imagine that from the center of the universe, from this bright, shining star, you can now, with your next 3 breaths, channel all that divine energy right into your body, your physical body, your spiritual body, your emotional body, your mental body. That's right. And then allow that golden energy to recharge all your cells, to charge the space between your cells, until you can imagine being this golden being of light, filled with divine energy. And now that you are relaxing even deeper, it's easy for you to imagine floating and drifting across a beautiful meadow. Maybe you can even sense the smell of the fresh grass, beautiful flowers in this meadow, all colors of the rainbow. And as you drift and float across this meadow, you notice the golden portal in the distance. A beautiful golden light, circular, and coming straight from the heavens. And you know the moment you drift into that light, you are choosing for a new world, a new you, a new dimension of love. So as I now count from 1 to 5, you're going to relax even deeper, completely surrender to the power of the now, as we will together drift and float through a long, dark tunnel, allowing this nothingness to calm our nervous system, to calm our entire system so much that we are in that perfect state of surrender. We're protected, we're guided, we're all in this together. So now relax even deeper, 1, and start floating and drifting into a dark, dark tunnel. Noticing all the emotions and stories and memories that maybe come up from all those times when you felt you were in a dark space. But notice what's different. Notice that no matter how dark it is, you are safe. No matter how you can't maybe see anything, you can feel your sisters around you. You can feel all your healthy ancestors cheering you on. And you notice that all these light beings have come to be with you as you drift and float through this dark, dark tunnel, relaxing even deeper and deeper, noticing how that sense of trust and faith inside of yourself is becoming stronger and stronger. You can feel that wave of courage moving through you, as you know it's always darkest just before the light comes in. 2, even further into the tunnel. 3, moving into this state of nothingness. There's no thing, no one, no time, nothing. And yet you are safe. You are complete. No matter if you could see or hear or feel, you know you are you. You are part of the big I am, and you can feel that I am. So inside of yourself now affirm, I am love. I am eternal. I am infinite. I am wise, I'm intuitive, I am light, I am flexible, I am strong, I am kind, I am compassionate. I am so talented, so abundant with resources. I have everything I need whenever I need it. That's right. Feel that sense of trust going even darker and deeper into the darkness now. You've got this. 3 more breaths. We're nearly at the end of the tunnel. And 2 and 1. And suddenly you notice this light above you. So float towards that light. Noticing as you float into this light, you are choosing for a new life, a new world, a new reality. One that is filled with love and peace and joy and health and success and freedom, supportive, beautiful relationships. And it's almost as if you can feel and hear and see your highest self appearing now. Maybe it's just a feeling inside of your body, a sense of calm and connectedness maybe. Maybe you can even see your highest self as a figure. Notice what they look like. Maybe there's a color that comes to mind, a symbol or a sound. And now you notice the energy of the moon and the sun. And it's as if they're all cheering you on, knowing that with your next 5 breaths, you become one with this light, dissolving any sense of ego and identity, knowing you are one fabulous divine energy, and you shall always be that energy. No matter what anyone says or does, you are love. So breathe in this love now and affirm to yourself who you are, how much you love and respect and accept yourself, how much you honor the journey that you have been on, everything you've experienced, and consciously now choosing to surrender that story or belief that you've been carrying with you that has no place in this light. 3 full breaths, integrating your new story, your new identity, that new empowering belief. 1, full breaths. 2, and 3. And the moment you do that exhale, you notice how that light is starting to speak to you. It's starting to show you this new future. And when I now count from 1 to 3, at 3, you will get a beautiful glimpse of a really happy, beautiful day in your golden future. 1, take a full breath in and hold. 2, relax and let it go. And 3, be there now. Notice, is it day or is it night? Are you inside or are you outside? Are you alone or are you with others? Tune into the sounds, the sights, colors, the smells, the feelings in your body. And allow gratitude to flow through you. Unconditional gratitude. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And as you repeat the thank yous inside of you, you notice how your energy levels are rising, how your heart is opening up, how all your cells are now downloading all the resources you need, all the empowering beliefs, all the information that is useful to you, that serves your highest good. And your only job is to receive. So allow yourself to receive this love, this information. And notice how it starts flowing right into your DNA. And when I now count from 3 to 1, at 1, you will be back in the here and now, having opened and connected to this portal, having moved into this new time. So the moment you open your eyes, you know it is so. You have created your new reality. And from now on, you see through the eyes of love. You see through the heart. And you can see love wherever you go. You recognize it. You feel it in your body. You hear it. You sense it. You smell it. You taste that love. So get ready as we come back into a new world filled with peace and love and joy and health and abundance and freedom and all things good. 3, take a full breath in and hold. 2, let it go, drifting and floating, coming back into the here and now. And 1, back in the here and now, feeling wonderful. And when you open your eyes, a big smile on your face, and you say, yes, 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 this is me. I am an amazing human being, a spiritual divine goddess. Yes, that is who I am. And then tell me when you're back, please. Welcome back. Yeah, everyone here? If you feel like going to sleep now, that is totally good too. May you then dream sweet and wake up in the morning feeling fantastic. Diana's going to do some more on scribes. Yeah, you might want to write down the message that you got from your highest self. Maybe it was just something very random. Those are the best ones. Write it down, write it down, write it down, because sometimes this is just like a dream. It can then go very quickly if we don't pay attention to it. And if you have any other feedback you'd like to give, anything you noticed, we'd be happy to hear it. Lillian, Nicole, how did you do?
I am aging gracefully.
You are. Yes, yes, yes. I like that. How about you, Nicole?
Yeah, it's actually this belief that everything is taken care of, and I fully trust. I'm allowed to trust. It's
Yeah, you're
happening.
giving yourself permission. I
I
like
give
that.
myself, yes.
Nice, nice. Anyone else here before we close? Anything you'd like to share? Do it in the chat, or you could just unmute yourself. Marianella was gone in the tunnel. We're glad you're back again. You so deep surrender there. Nice, nice. Thank you. Danielle is feeling blessed. Yeah, you're also blessed. We're also blessed. Can we just take this in? We are so friggin' blessed. Look at us all here, right? Well, I feel incredibly blessed to know you and to love you, my dear circle goddesses. I see Caroline is typing something, so I still want to hear that. Trust is the word. Yes. Trust yourself, trust God, trust love, trust the light. Trust. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My intention for us all is that we completely, immediately, and permanently stay connected.
Yes.
That sense of trust, trust in love, trust in this universe. Isabella's still dreaming. I like that. Dream beautiful tonight. Really, before you go to sleep, set the intention to, if you like, to have some lucid dreams. You know how it goes. You just close your eyes, you roll them up, and then you say, hi, completely, immediately, and permanently. Then you say your wish, and then you say, I delete, delete, delete everything that could stop me. I download, download, download everything I need to do so now with grace, ease, and joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. And then you head off into dreamland, trusting that your highest self has got your back, all your angels and guides are watching over you, and you can just rest and regenerate. And when you wake up in the morning, the world is going to be an even better place. Yeah, it was nice being in the tunnel together, Lana. I agree. I mean, for me, guiding, it's always different. I always then listen to it myself so I can have the experience. But I really could feel as though it felt like we were like these superwomen holding hands, flying through this tunnel. Nobody could see shit, nothing, but we knew we were safe. And in the coming times, that's what I'd love us to stay connected to. Okay. And if there's ever anything you need, if you're having a crisis, if something's going on, feel free to reach out, really. If you do so in an open post on Facebook and Joy Tribe and say, hey, I just need some support now, sisters, please send me some love, send me some prayers. We will all do it. And we have miracles happening when that happens. So let's send our love to Sister Goddess Yolanda today. She's going through her own challenges. Let's hold her hand and send her love and trust that also everything's unfolding the way it needs to unfold and all is well. Thank you. I love you. And I look forward to you next week. And oh, by the way, we still have 3 places for the reset retreat. So if any of you are here and like, oh, I would like to, it's kind of cool. I've got some pretty fun stuff ready for you. Anyway, love you. Bye-bye. Send me an email if you want to join, right?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
honeys.
Bye-bye.